Hello students, watching my videos, all students of entity or DEC are welcome to my YouTube channel. Hope that preparation for exams are going well. So our first exams is going to held on 28 September of the subject DEC1. So I'm going to discuss the short answer type questions of 5 marks. That 4 questions will be given. Explain the following. So these questions will be holding each 5 marks and total 20 marks. This part will be. It contains 4 questions. So our first question now I'm going to discuss is, while development follows a particular sequence, there are individual differences in the rate of development. This means that when a development of a particular child, it follows a sequence, a series, but there is a difference in the rate of development. Okay, some child develop before and some child's development is late. Why? What? Why this difference is? So answer to this question is, as we know, the development of all children follows a particular sequence. For example, in the case of motor development, all children will first learn to roll on their backs, then sit, creep, walk, run, climb, and so on. Each child's development will pass through these stages. We even know that the ages at which children acquire these abilities are different. One child may begin to walk at 9 months and another may do so at 13 months of age. This means that while development follows the same sequence, there are individual differences in the rate of development. The second part of the question is, influence of ecology on childhood experience. How the ecology means the environment where the child grows and develops. So how this ecology has the influence on the development of the child. So ecology refers to the physical environment that a person lives in. It includes the geographical location, vegetation, the type of animals, and the natural resources. Ecology could also be defined in the term type of facilities available, such as roads, hospitals, schools, and electricity. Ecology determines the type of clothing, occupation, and division of tasks and responsibilities between men and women. Rural, urban, and tribal areas are different in their environment. Hill, plains, deserts, and coastal areas are also ecologically different from each other. The child learns the skills that will help her to survive in her own settings. A child living in a village in hills where rearing sheep is the main occupation takes the sheep for grazing and bring them back. She also learns how to shear them and prepare wool from the fleece. A child living in a village coastal area learns to swim, row a boat, make a bait for the ship, clean the fish, and so forth. Living in a desert area, the child may feed a camel and learn to find her way across the sand dunes with ease. Thus, ecology has the great influence on child experiences. So, a child living in a village, a child living in an urban area has a different effects on the childhood experiences which it is developed in a child in the further. Next is our third part of the question. Differentiate the growth and development. Development, initially the term development and growth were interchangeably used, but there is a great difference between the two. The term development has been used to refer to changes in the body, thinking capacities, and social and emotional behavior. The term development is used for changes in person's physical and behavioral traits that emerge in orderly ways and last for a reasonable period of time. That the development occurs in the child with the age, maturation. As he gets matured, the development occurs in it. That social development, emotional developments, behavioral, other different changes. So the development take place in the child. Development follows a particular sequence, as we had discussed before, that development follows a series, a sequence. That first the child sits, then he crawls, then he walks, and then he runs. So crawl, walk, and run. So thus development is built upon the previous one and cannot occur before that. The child cannot run before the walk, or before walk he cannot walk before he crawls. So that means there is a subsequence followed. Okay, first the child will walk, then crawl, then he will walk, and then he will run and do the other further activities, such as the development as we go slow by slow process in their life. So development therefore is a process through which a person learns to function with greater ease and competence. Next is growth. Growth refers to physical increase in the size of the body, increase in weight, and the size of the internal organs is growth. Growth refers to quantitative change, that is change that can be measured. We can measure the growth. Your height can be measured, your growth, your weight can be measured. What is the weight of the child? What is the year of the child? So that is, we can weight, height, and the size of the internal growth. Your heart is growing, your intestines are growing, your skeletal is growing. So it expands so slowly. So growth can be seen. We can see the growth is happening. However, we do not merely grow in size. Something else happens along with increase in size. There is a change in form and increase in the complexity of body parts and their functioning, thinking abilities, and social skills. In other words, we do not merely grow but also develop. Okay, we just not only grow but we also develop with our growth. So here we'll discuss about some differences that we have put, that growth and development. First point, growth refers to physical increase in size of body. Development is used for changes in person's physical and behavioral traits. Second point, there is an increase in weight, height, and the size of internal organs of the body. In development, capacities, thinking capacities, social and emotional behavior is developed. Third point, growth can be measured, development can be felt. It cannot be measured. We can just imagine it, see it. Growth stops after the adolescence period. Development continues till the end of one's life. Growth is a quantitative change, while development is both quantitative as well as qualitative changes. So this was the difference between the growth and development. Hope so you might have understand the difference between the growth and the development. Our next question, fourth part of the question is neonate's abilities. Meaning of neonate means a child who is a 1 month year. A 1 month's child is called neonate. That is a child who is 0 to 30 days is called neonate. When born, the child needs to adjust to a different environment, comfort to discomfort, because he is in the warm first, in a comfort zone. Then he comes out, which he feels discomfort. So he has to adjust to these things. So she needs to make some efforts. So the child is dependent on her mother, but she has some capabilities that he adjusts to the environment. First of all, motor capabilities. Motor capabilities, that he can turn head from one side to side, on abdomen can raise head briefly, on back can move arms and legs, prevents smoothing under blankets. Means these actions that what he does, that moving the head here and there, would raising his head, moving his arms and legs, this prevents him from smothering under the blankets. If he comes under the blankets, he can move outside of the blanket. Then he has some reflexes actions, just as rooting reflex. It means if you stroke the corner of the newborn's mouth, her head turns towards the corner you are stroking. She opens her mouth and tries to take the object in his mouth. So he tries, just as when you are stroking at some the corner. So he just he opens his mouth and just tries to take the object in his mouth. Because the neonate first do not know how to hold the things, but he just try everything with his mouth. Next is sucking reflex. It associates with feeding. Absence of reflex sucking reflex, it is associated with feeding, that the child he knows how to suck the mother milk. Feeding, while feeding he does the sucking. So that is after sometimes after 2 to 3 years, 5 years, or when he grows up, so this sucking reflex is gone. That means it disappears with as the child matures. Then if these reflexes are absence of reflex, when it should be seen. Okay, if these reflexes are not seen in the child when it should be seen, a presence of reflex when it should not be seen, then means this indicates that there is some disability in the child. Next point is sensory capabilities. That is, sensory capabilities, as we have the senses: vision, hearing, smelling, touching. So 5 senses everyone has. So the sensory capabilities the child also has, which he uses. So first one is vision. Vision is mostly developed at birth. She actively searches for bright light. The child can easily differentiate between light and darks. The child can follow slow moving bright object with eyes. They are attracted to things that moves, make a sound and have light. Dark contrast colors, attracted towards human faces, that you make faces when we are talking to the child. We hello, how are you? We smile, or you make faces with them, and this builds emotional bond with the people around or the things around. The child is predisposed to examining the world, building a store of experiences. That means the child predisposed to examine. He is predisposed. Before seeing the world, he is pre-exposed. He scans the world. He makes the memory so that when he grows up, he has the some experiences of these things around him. Next point is hearing. The child hears. He responds to the sounds made nearby. Child responds to moderately loud sound by turning head. For example, a 1-year child can hear only soft sounds which soothes them. Loud noises distress the child. Child prefers high-pitched voices as female voice. They can easily identify their mother's voice in the first week. So our next point is, third point, taste, smell and touch. Neonates can distinguish the 4 basic taste. That is, first one is the point is taste. So the neonates can distinguish the taste, that is sweet, sour, bitter or salty. Mostly the neonates like the sweet taste more other than the different tastes. So they take their faces away if they don't like the taste of the food. They turn head away from unpleasant odor if they get the smell from the day one they know the smell. They can recognize the smell of their mother's breast. Newborns respond when touched on any part of the body, especially they are sensitive to touch on the mouth, face, sole of the feet and palms. So they recognize the touches and they respond according to that. So these were the neonates' abilities where they get from the birth, that their motor capabilities are there, reflexes, they reflex actions, then sensory capabilities, that their vision is good, hearing and smell, sense and the taste is developed from the beginning. So these were the 4 questions which we have discussed. Thank you for seeing the video. I hope so you would have liked the video. So please like it, subscribe it and share it. I shall be very thankful to you for watching the video. Thanks a lot.